Hi, it's Snorgle. Welcome back to Deadly Premonition. I know what you're saying. You're saying, Snorgle, what the heck is going on? You've already finished this game. It's true I have. But I felt like I didn't sort of wrap it up enough, so I'm just going to do another quick video. I mean, look, we spent 6 months going through this game. 6 months. And about 30 total hours of gameplay. A little more, 31, 32. So I thought that we would just go into this game and I would do some plot, talk about how I see the full plot of the game working out from start to finish, and talk about all the things where there's some inconsistencies and my thoughts about the game, and just kind of wrap everything up. So let's get going.
Previously,
I wonder if they're going to do a new one.
York,
Oh, they do. Neat.
my other personality.
There are some things in this world that must be extracted, no matter.
York, I'm sorry.
Why can you cause me pain? Red tree!
I don't remember him screaming red tree when he was dying. I don't remember that at all.
York and
I should go back and look.
Finally, I understand.
Boy, I hope you'll explain it to me.
We're best friends.
Yeah, boy, please explain it to me because, boy, I don't know what the heck's going on.
I'm sure he'll make you very happy.
Maybe? I'm not even sure what the heck's going on. All right. So let's go through the plot. Oh, looking good, Zach. Let's go through the plot here and talk a little bit about, plot-wise. Get the right thing. So this whole story starts 1951. Forrest Kaysen is doing something with the U.S. military, and the U.S. military is doing some kind of test in town. And they have developed a gas derived from the red seeds. And so when this gas for the red seeds was blurped out throughout town, everybody went cuckoo crazy and started killing each other. And this would include the original Raincoat Killer, which we played as, and I gotta say, that was completely unexpected and really pretty cool. But so the original Raincoat Killer, who was Harry's dad, and again, the new Raincoat Killer is a serial killer, and the original Raincoat Killer was a mass murderer. Subtle difference. So the original Raincoat Killer then kills a bunch of people, and then I guess somehow dies. We don't see him die, but clearly he must have died because Harry kind of referred to that his father. It was implied that his father is dead, and his mom as well. So we don't know exactly what happened in the next 40 plus years. I'm assuming this is taking place like sometime around let's say late 1990s, probably. Like Twin Peaks-ish time, right? Maybe, I don't think early 2000s, but, maybe. So, what's in here? Is it open? Hey, it is open. Oh, we knew it was open though, didn't we? So, okay, so then we fast forward to that, and we have George as a small child, and apparently Harry was his father. Now, this part doesn't quite make sense to me. So apparently the exact same thing that happened to York's family happened to Harry's family. So Forrest Kaysen apparently raped his mother, planted one of those red trees in her womb, and Harry couldn't. Well, okay, so I should step back here. So this would be George's, right? So Harry's the father. Harry's taking the place, is filling the role of York's father in this, and the exact same thing happened, right? This is George is apparently witnessing this. I'm not sure. He must not have, because George didn't bring this up at all. And George said he didn't remember who his father was. He never met him. So George must have been really young, or perhaps maybe his mother was pregnant, but I don't know. See, this part gets squiggly, because if it was exactly like York's parents and everybody else we've seen that got the tree implanted in them, it's a death sentence, right? They end up dying. So I don't understand how George's mother can then continue on to physically abuse him and beat him if this happened to her. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that part of the story, because clearly after Harry left her, she went on to raise George and was an abusive parent. She physically abused George. George mentioned that she stomped on his face with her stiletto heels and put one through his cheek. That's why he had that scar on his cheek. He had all those scars on his back. He endured deep trauma as a child at the hands of his mother. And so, that part's a little squiggly. I don't quite understand that part at all. But, whatever. Okay, so we have that. Then we have... So George then becomes an adult. And then we have Emily moving into town as a high schooler. And as a high school, I think Emily mentioned as a high school senior, George, who was sheriff at the time, meaning he was a full-blown adult, probably time-wise, probably in his 30s, right? So we look at George and we say now, I would say George probably mid-40s. What's that? Oh, look, that's nice. There's police tape on the door set. That's nice of Thomas and Carol's different apartments. Okay, so why is there I had never noticed that before. What did I get? I can't, there's nothing. Well, that's odd. Huh. Okay, so we'll go up and look at the apartments. Okay, so then George is creeping on Emily, who's like 17 years old, maybe 18, and he's like what? At that point he's gonna be maybe 35, mid to late 30s. Boy, that's creepy. That's just not great. But then apparently George kept this thing for Emily the entire time, including after she became an adult and started working as deputy sheriff. So then he ended up hooking up with Forrest, and Forrest Kaysen sort of convinced him that he could get super strong and get immortality and not be killed if he followed this ritual. I'm guessing that he ingested the red seeds to a degree, right? He ingested the red seeds, not like an overdose ingest, but I think a subtle ingestion. And then he also, I suspect, got Thomas and Carol, Thomas's sister, to ingest the seeds. And then that makes people a little cuckoo crazy, right? Not murderous crazy, but cuckoo crazy. And so then they got hooked up in George's weird, twisted sex thing in the sub-basement of Carol's bar. And then they brought in Anna and Becky into it. So, okay, they're bringing Anna and Becky into their weird sex thing. And again, high school students, though, so that's... Anyway, bringing Anna and Becky, and then... But the whole time, it's all substituting for Emily, I guess. Emily was supposed to be one of the sacrifices. I don't know. I thought Emily would be one of the sacrifices, but she was not. Okay, so then there's the whole thing. So then there's that, and then of course, to a degree, it was true, right? I mean, George turns into Goku as a Super Saiyan, and we kill him through 186,000 lightning strikes to his body. So, okay. I mean, fair enough, right? And then we fight Forrest, and somehow in the fighting of Forrest, we bring back a repressed memory, and that's a thing. People go through, especially as children, go through really, really traumatic things in their life, and their brain kind of blocks it out from remembering it because it's too traumatic to remember. Ask me how I know. So anyway, okay, so that happened. That's fair enough. So then York realizes that he's not York, that his friend Zach, that he's actually Zach, and that he took York's place for whatever reason, or because it was too traumatic for him to remember it. Now, okay, but here's where it gets weird. So everybody, after this happens, everybody's reacting to Zach, who looks physically similar, but he's obviously different. He has white hair, and he has two different colored eyes. What is that called? Such an H head or something? I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. There's two different kids, like a brown eye and a blue eye. So that's a little odd. So that makes me, how does that work? Was the whole thing of him saying, "Call me York," everybody does? Was that just in his brain? Was he actually Zach the whole time, and just he didn't see it, so we didn't see it? I don't understand that part at all. I don't get that part. How that switch happened, how everybody just knows it was the switch. Very strange. I don't get that part at all. So they switch. We fight Kaysen, and it turns out that Forrest Kaysen is in fact some massively huge, horrible gribble monster in charge of the red world gribblers. And because one of the things he mentioned is he knew that Zach was trapped in the red room, white room thing. He knew that Zach was trapped there. He specifically mentioned that. How did you get out? What did he say? The red room, red world, white room, something like that. Anyway, so he knew that this other, or the original personality was trapped in Gribbletown, and he was confused how he got out, which is interesting. So so we have that. What's that? What is that? Well, let's just go look at that. I don't think I've checked that out before. What is that? I just saw this little place over here. What it was? Oh, I see. Okay, nothing much. Just some stuff. Okay, fair enough. So So that part, I don't think we're going to explain it because it's inconsistent and I don't understand how that works. But that's fine. It's as a plot device, whatever. And so so he saves the day, and back in alternate reality where everybody's dead but they're not because they're alive, York and Emily get together. So I don't. Okay, I guess I don't understand. It's a little strange, but okay. So that's there's a couple of things they never explained. So George, for whatever reason, for Carol and George, it was extraordinarily important that they have that locket, because Forrest told George that locket was crucial to his transformation or whatever. It was like super duper important, but they never explained it. Like, they never explained why, they never explained how, and George was able to transform into a Super Saiyan without it, and Forrest didn't seem to care. So that part they never explained about the locket. I never quite understood that. But that's my synopsis of the plot. And I remember first watching this as Super Great Friend played through it 11 years ago as of this recording, and I remember just thinking it was really funny and really enjoyable, and I think I must have bailed on the playthrough because I don't remember the entire second part of it, like, at all. But it wasn't until I really played it and got into it and blurfed around and got to know the people. And one of the things I really like is that Swery really created a game where you really, really cared about the characters. I mean, I genuinely cared about Thomas, and it bummed me out when he freaked out and got all weird and murderous at the end. That bummed me out because I liked Thomas and I cared about Thomas, And then we had George. At first, George was kind of a jerk, but then he sort of opened up to us, and we kind of really sort of started empathizing with him, and he kind of became a friend, you know. And so when he freaked out to me, and that kind of bummed me out too. Like, you know, that's too bad. That kind of sucks. Because, let's see if we can get past this without it crashing. Sure, we'll talk. I have not been able to get...
York, tonight I'm going to sleep like a baby.
All right. We'll see. It crashes every single time at one of these places. Not every single time. It didn't crash once, and I did not record it. I was doing an experiment. So we'll see. Uh-oh.
Zach, it's over.
It is.
All finished. It's time for you to leave town. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's go. Let's see if we can do it without it crashing.
This is goodbye, Zach.
Goodbye.
Thank you for everything.
Sure.
Good night, Zach.
Good night.
And sleep tight.
You too. All right, hold on. Oh, wait, okay. Wait. Oh my gosh, I think it's working.
Polly, what's that picture?
Oh, that. We took it when the clock tower was built.
Ah, and look, then there's Forrest Kaysen.
That's right. That's me in the middle. I was pretty popular back then. Men were always around me.
Yep, that's a little low res, but come on, buddy.
Just sign here, please. Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Polly. I was just thinking of a friend. Someone who was with me for a long, long time.
He must have been a really good friend then. Otherwise, why else would you remember him at a time like this?
Indeed.
Indeed. We used to fight, but he really was a good person. He's gone now, though. Gone away to a place where we can't meet again.
I'm sorry to hear that. But if he's a friend of yours, I'm sure he's getting on just fine.
Thank you, Polly.
We'll have to see.
You know what? I think so, too.
Hopefully we can get the actual ending, which would be nice. Don't count it, though, because, you know, crashy. Seems likely. Okay, so this is the original ending. And then they slap on some stuff from the director's cut with the old man and stuff at the end. We'll see. See if we can get through that. Looking promising, though. Okay. And he decides to take his own advice that smoking is a terrible habit. Okay, good. That part I never quite understood why they included that. It's kind of strange. Why is he leaving? Hey, Willie. Uh-oh. So Willie's got the little dog, the doll. Interesting. I wonder if that's kind of indicating there could be another Deadly Premonition. Is this Willie kind of walking back into town, but has that little doll? That's interesting. There we go. Kind of how we started it. And now I think it glorfs into the director's cut stuff. I think. Yeah, there we go.
Did Emily die?
No. She became the goddess of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, she is still in the forest with York. She watches over the world from there.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
Emily became a goddess.
That's right.
Kind of wanting to crash. It's been a little
Lovely ending.
stilted.
Hey, Grandpa, can I ask you
I
something?
wonder why it's doing that.
What kind of person is York?
York is a real nice guy.
Yeah.
He's been a good friend of mine since I was small.
Like Mr. Teddy?
Yes, just like Mr. Teddy.
Yeah.
Very important friend.
I like that dissonant chord. Oh, there we go. I believe that there is more. More to come. But, so here's the credits. And we, I feel like this is one of those games
Emily,
that
it's almost time for dinner. Take your grandfather's dinner up to him, will you?
there we go. How much about grandfather's dead? I bet old Gramps died.
How's your grandfather doing?
I don't know.
Yep.
He's calling me Emily again.
Oh dear, he must be losing his memory. You are Louise, honey. Michelle Louise Morgan. Not Emily. You know that, right?
You know that, right?
Baby. You're just so lovely, Louise. I'm sure that's why your grandfather mixes you up with a goddess.
Uh-huh. Oh, gosh. Stuttery. Not sure why it's stuttering. That's strange. Well, I mean, it's not that strange. This whole part crashed for me.
Who's the goddess?
I don't know, dear. I'm not much like your grandfather.
Is there even such a thing as a goddess?
No, there's
I
not.
believe so.
No, don't lie to her.
I've never met one.
Don't lie to her. Kids know.
Mom, you're so pretty.
Oh.
You look like a goddess.
Oh, dear.
You, honey.
Don't say that.
I am a goddess, then. You are an angel.
Ooh, a little stuttery. There we go. Ooh, it's, gosh, super stuttery. Funny though, it's not. Uh-oh. We'll just skip this. Uh-oh. Something's loading. Is it going to crash? Uh-oh, it's going to crash, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Okay, here's York and Emily. In the diner? Why are they in the diner? Okay, it says Anna in her diner clothes. Wow, that weird hair, Anna. How do you get your hair to do that? If I had hair, I'd want hair to do exactly that. Okay, so everybody's in their normal clothes. Okay, well, we have Thomas, who's... I guess everybody's normal now and back to normal and not being weird creeps. All right, so, yeah. Yep, kiss her. There we go. Okay. I wonder if that was... I bet that was included in the original version. I bet. Uh-oh. I bet this was not. Because you can tell the audio was a little bit different. There we go. Oh, so what's his face died. Okay. Why is she... The one on the left, it looked like she was telling him to sit like a dog. Sit, boy, sit. Sorry, this is supposed to be touching. Okay, so walk into the light. I like that lens flare effect. That's pretty nice. Okay, there we go. Are we done? There we go. We are done.
Zach, it's great to see you again. How many years has it been? I've been close to you the whole time. You probably couldn't see me, but you felt my presence nearby, right, Zach?
Nope, not at all. Not even once.
I never thought you'd get married and have a family. Quite a surprise. I spent years honing my profiling skills, but I never saw that one coming.
Most people don't profile themselves.
So interesting. And that's
Yeah.
why I just can't leave you guys alone.
Okay.
More than anything else. Seeing you look so happy is the best thing I could ever ask for.
Huh.
Anyway, Zach, did you see the newspaper today? As it turns out, over the last 3 months, there's been a string of bizarre incidents.
Okay, so, this is obviously a reference to Deadly Premonition 2, which came out only on the Switch. I believe Deadly Premonition 2 was a prequel to this, though.
Does that make you feel anything?
Nothing, not at all.
It makes me feel something. I know you feel it too, Zach.
Don't say stuff like that. You weirdo. Yeah, but of course I feel it.
Okay, Zach. I thought that's what you'd say.
I bet that's a canned response for everything.
It's time to wake up, Zach.
Dun dun dun! There we go. I actually got the ending to play. Holy crap! That's so nice. So let's see. 370 enemies defeated. 29 in-game days. Total clear time. So 29 hours, 16. If we round that up to the beginning and the end things in the video, there's probably like 31, about 31 total hours. That's not including the crashes, which I believe it doesn't include. So pretty good. Sure. I don't know what good that's going to do, but whatever. There we go. Anything special at the... Nope. Yeah, nothing. Well, there we go. The actual final video for Deadly Premonition. Thank you so much for coming along for this long ride. It's been a lot of fun. Coming up next, there really is going to be something new. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time for a brand new video. And a brand new game. I'll see you then.